Hello, and thank you for joining me here on UltraHuman, where I am here to help you be your best human. I am Rachel, and today we're going to talk about my experience with the first week of going through the Jordan Peterson self-authoring suite. So, at this point, I have dabbled in past, present, and the future authoring sections of this exercise, and I have to say, overall, I have had an immensely positive experience so far. So if you are not familiar, Jordan Peterson offers a very inexpensive self-authoring program, which is essentially a series of exercises where you go through the past, present virtues, present faults, and future of your life, and you do a series of writing exercises throughout the program that help you to articulate your personal experiences and essentially author your life. Create a self-narrative that has some cohesion throughout and recognize patterns from your past, recognize how you're manifesting those things in the present, and how can you alter your behavior to set a trajectory that you really want to be on. Something that is going to bring joy to your life, and as Jordan Peterson likes to say, make you a little less miserable. And I like that because I feel I'm doing this program. When you sign up for the program, you get a voucher, so you can give this as a gift. You can do it with a partner, you could do it with a friend or a family member, which I think is really cool because it offers kind of a built-in accountability. So whoever you're doing the program with, you can check in with them like, hey, how are you feeling about this? I've been kind of getting, like, for example, for me, I was all in the first 3 days. I worked on this for between 20 minutes to an hour at a time, maybe a couple times a day for the first 3 days, and it was like really heavy. I planned on taking one day off. They actually do say, as you're going through things, it's beneficial to sleep on it. And so what I had said I was going to start doing in an earlier video when I talked about beginning the program is having a dream journal. I have been doing my dream journal. It's been a little difficult because you don't always remember your dreams, but I've been trying to at least jot down how I'm feeling in the morning, even if I wake up and I can't grasp what it was I was dreaming. I try and at least write down, woke up feeling anxious this morning, or, woke up feeling optimistic this morning. Like, it just depends on, the day and what the experiences were the night before. But dreams are such a trip. I mean, I remember my dreams a little bit more than most people, but I'm not a heavy lucid dreamer or anything near that. And I have dabbled in trying to have more lucid dreams, and it's not as easy as it sounds. I don't know if it sounds easy to other people. I thought that it wouldn't be that hard, and it wasn't, to get to the point where I could recognize that I was dreaming. But then it's scary. You're having a very real experience in those dreams, and that is kind of what, I listened to Jordan Peterson, the introduction to his series on biblical text, and he talks in there about how, there's a Jungian idea. Jung had the idea that the idea of God came from the dream, and that our ideas, we learn things in dreams that we don't necessarily have experience in everyday life. And so rather than the dream being kind of just the brain processing things that happen to you during the day, you can actually learn new information in your dreams. And so I like that idea because as I said, getting to that point where you recognize that you're dreaming is actually really kind of terrifying because you suddenly realize that you're dreaming and then you realize how real the dream is. Like, you're touching the world around you. You're there. You're really there. So let me know in the comments if you've had experiences like that. If you're a lucid dreamer, I love talking about dreams because they're so fascinating to me. But just to bring it back, that is something that they say in the program. Give yourself a day on some things, because what you process in your sleep, you may not even realize how impactful it is, but it really is, and it gives you better insight to yourself. So I've completed the outline for they have these little bars where they tell you the percent that you are through a program, and I'm like 50% way through with my past authoring. I'm 25% of the way through with my present virtues, and I have just started looking at faults and the future authoring program. And the reason I don't want to get into those too heavy yet, I'll probably start on my faults today, because I feel like going through this whole thing, like, I woke up this morning and felt great. I really felt like I completed last night deciding what all of the experiences were that I was going to talk about for the different epochs of my life, and I've filled out about half of them. And there was something so, I don't even know what the word is for it, but I have this narrative now. There's a story to my life. I have, the beginning and the middle and the end up till now. And I can identify, like, what were these big pivotal moments in my life that brought me to where I am today. It's so powerful, I guess. It's not like an explicitly good feeling, because our lives they're real, and it's not all, the end, even our death, we leave behind a legacy of how we affected the people around us. And so our lives aren't as simple as a story, because there's just, everything touches everything else. So it's beautiful. It's overall, this has been a really great experience. And I mentioned in a video that I have on my other channel, I'll leave a card up there for it, that I think I want to take this and take it into therapy. Take this experience and then actually go with a talk therapy therapist. I'd like to meet with a behavioral therapist, because as much as I can grow personally from articulating my experiences, I do think that just the experience of then sitting down with someone who's not personally involved with me, like my partner, and talking through these things would be very beneficial. So that's what I would suggest to people who are considering this, is that, like, if you've been considering going into therapy, or maybe if you already have a therapist, this is a great, it seems like to me, and since Jordan Peterson is a psychologist, that makes sense, that this is a great thing to do in tandem with actual professional therapy. I wouldn't say it replaces professional therapy for somebody who needs that, but I do think if you've been hesitant about going into therapy or anything like that, this might be a good place to start. And then you'll really feel like you've got a grasp on something that you can go talk about. So this has been my experience so far with Jordan Peterson's self-authoring program. I am 1 week into it, and I would say I'm maybe 25% of the way done, which is great, because my plan was to try and do this within 30 days, and it sounds like that's what I'm on track to do. So Thank you and have a great day. Thanks for spending time with me. Please leave me a like, a comment, a subscription. Tell me what you think about dreams. Have you considered doing the self-authoring program? And I will talk to you guys soon. And in the meantime, be your best human.